How's it going, YouTube? So I guess this video, I've been watching these videos. I've been watching a whole bunch of them. I've been seeing it from this dude named 16 Leo, but I've also been watching a lot of the other stuff from 90 Day Fiance and Grim. I like this show. It's called 90 Day Fiance. It's pretty much when like Americans they're in pairs with these couples abroad, and they try to figure it out, and they try to. I think they're like married, and for 90 days they see if they want to stay together or get divorced or something like that. And, yeah, I've been following a few of them. Mainly like I've been following like the one with like Big Ed and what's her name, Nicole, Tracy. It could be Nicole. And man, the whole like I'd be feeling like the audience be like, yo, why is she with this dude? Why? Some people were saying this for the checks. I was like, maybe because I'm like I couldn't make heads or tails of it until I seen his previous relationship with a female named Rose. She was a Filipina. I don't know. I'm gonna say Filipino woman. And he was just kind of trash. But in my opinion, I was like, white dude going abroad trying to find himself a hot chick. I understand. I get it. I mean, it sucks for Big Ed that we figure out that like this dude's kind of toxic and stuff like that. But like but he during that time he was showing his vanity. He was like, yo, I need you to shave your legs right quick for me, please. And it's like, wow, dog. And he's like, shave this, and I'll shave my beard. Like that's a win for her. But it's crazy because it's like you can tell how slimy Ed is, or how slimy he acts, and how it's just like, sheesh, these women actually do care about this guy. Like, I don't even understand why. They really care about him. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is he might just be doing a lot of stuff, And you know how to work people's emotions. So it's just like, it's kind of crazy, dog. It's kind of crazy. But it's just kind of strange to me. But then I see his new relationship, and you see that phone call and all that other stuff. You see like his insecurities and stuff, and then you see like what the heck is it? The the tell-all, I guess, of the 90 Day Fiance, and the couples start debating stuff, and this dude, he gets no quarter. And I'm glad that he didn't get no quarter, because there's just only so much you can do for people who just practice these same old slimy tactics. And then to see him doing that just to avoid embarrassment for himself. Not the fact that he hurt people, not the fact that he was commit abuse and committed wrongdoing in these relationships. It's not like, it just sucks because like he's sitting here causing all this trauma, this damage, and he cares about himself, his own feelings at the end of the day, not what he did. He might feel shame, but he might be feeling like, okay, how can I get rid of this shame? Not how can I make things right? And I think that's just so trash of him, trash behavior. And I'm like, I remember I had trash behavior, and I had to look back and be like, yo, this ain't cool, this ain't good. I'm like, how did that feel, man? Just think about that. Like, you do stuff that hurt people. I'm like, is that cool to do? Is that okay to do? I'm like, it's not okay to do. And I'm like, dude, you need to reform yourself. And no, it's not about I'm just going to church. No, because again, like if you were going to be going to church, you would have did that a long time ago. Not when you're put on a spot. Oh yeah, we need to stop drinking. No, bro, you might just have to stop drinking. And that's something I can't stand with manipulative people too. They want to make this a us situation. They want to make their bad behavior a us scenario rather than a I scenario. Like, I screwed up. I did this bad thing. Yes, it hurts to admit. Mainly, you need to fix yourself and work on yourself. But by God, is good to do. It's very good to do. And it's not good to just, oh yeah, man, that sounds like a good idea. It's like, no, you gotta start making better practices for yourself and really dig into the core stuff. Why you have that insecurity that makes you lash out like that. But it's like, nah, man, too many people, and this is probably why people are so defensive in the dating world. Because too many people fall, like maybe too few people, but just enough people fall into these relationships where they give people a chance and they get burned. And so after their next relationship, they're so much more cautious and careful to the point they're like a secret agent. They can't trust nobody. They just, yeah. And it's just about love and acceptance and the emotional giving and taking, and you know, and the reciprocity and the caring and stuff like that, you know. Not just this weird tit for tat, or I just need to get mine. And that just can't stand it from that dude, because he cared too much about himself. He, you know, and I get it. The dude has a deformity. Let's just put that out there. He has a deformity on his neck. His spine, I guess, is fused together. I don't know if it's fused together, but like he has this genetic thing where his neck is just not there. It's like he has no neck. His head and his the part that minus the spine is fused together, so you just don't have a neck. And again, that's not turning away. So I can understand. It reminds me of people who are obese, who are just overweight. They have to develop this overconfidence to compensate for that, you know. And Big Ed, he'll never look normal to people. But at the same time, because I get it, I get when people say, hey, just work on yourself. But like with Big Ed, that's never going away. So I can get why he had this weird thing where he's constantly feeling insecure and vulnerable and invalidated, and he just needs to find a way to just feel good about himself, you know. But at the same time, it shouldn't be at the cost of other people. It should never be at the cost of other people, where you're constantly playing tit for tat within your own emotional self of give and take. Oh, I feel good, I don't feel good. I feel good. This situation is too good. I better subconsciously sabotage it. You know, oh man, this situation is too good, it might fail. Let me fail it first. You know, it's pretty unfortunate that people like that. People live how insecure people can be, where they live like that. and they damage people in the process. It sucks that this dude, and again, I'm glad people from that tell-all did not give him no mercy, because sometimes you just need to just dig in there and let them know, man, and not give him any quarter. Because I remember because he liked to cry. He liked to sit here and give people the puppy dog ass, and if people know, they say it's an evolutionary trait for dogs to survive in human spaces. So I didn't know that. But yeah, with dogs, they just they do it to survive. They're not doing it just because, you know, oh, I'm such a good boy, you know. Maybe dogs replicate things that they see from humans to better integrate with them, you know. It's a form of adaptation, like a microevolution, I think. It's why, like, I don't know, but it just made me think about Big Ed in his relationships, man. He just needs to adapt and start saying all the things that he knows. Because again, part of the problem is that he understands he's making bad choices. He just doesn't, and maybe he don't know how to change. But again, he needs to start diving in. He definitely has the money, since he want to invite his old girlfriend to go live with him. He got the money, so maybe he should just go ahead and get that therapy, man, and just go. And I don't care about this whole It sucks because in narcissistic relationships, people can say, yeah, I go to therapy. I'm like, okay, let that therapy change you, dog. Let that therapy do something. Don't sit here and be like, I go to therapy and you're still worse off than you was before. Like literally take in what their therapist say, and not just, and it sucks because you might need a better therapist who won't take your stuff. Because when you tell somebody stuff and you get all watery-eyed, because I see his stuff. I see his performances, where he inadvertently wants sympathy and he wants mercy. He don't want people to crush him. I remember when he had the talk with Liz, not Nicole, Liz. And she was like, she said, no, it was Rose, I think. And then he said, am I a bad person? And then she said, yeah. And then he left. He started puffing up, getting upset, and he left. He said, I'm leaving because, I was going to get upset. I'm like, yeah, she told you straight up, and it hurt. But that should tell you a lot. Like, dang, somebody really think this of me. What am I doing? Why am I acting like this? But I don't think he's had that epiphany because he's so busy being concerned in his insecurities. He's not really, he can't see. He can't express a sense of humility because he's not willing to be humble. He's just willing to protect his ego, which is fragile and constantly is shattered. And it's just, just let that breathe. It's pretty unfortunate because we don't sit here and call people out for nothing. We want them to change. We want them to be better. It sucks in our in our YouTube community that we just have this thing of like a mob mentality where we want to bash people and cancel people and make sure they don't get nothing. Like, and I get it. For some people, they do deserve it. Like that Onision fella, he deserves it. He's been showing continual, and I don't care about what his facts are. We see his behavior. Wisdom will be proven right by her children. So when we see a facts and behavior showing contrary to what you say, your behavior is contradicting what you say, people won't want to hear you out. And that's something I've also understood with manipulative people, is that they just want to talk to you so much because they talk too much. They think, oh yeah, I just gotta talk to you. I just gotta talk to you. I'm like, knowing that talking to people, they know. All they gotta do is give you a quick 10 to 20 to 30 minutes to talk to you while just talking at you. They're not gonna talk to you. They're gonna talk at you and tell you what you need to hear, what you want to hear. Yeah. I was wrong. I was doing this. Oh man, I'm sorry. I just, and I gotta be. And the thing is, just they cry. They can cry. I can't say that they cry on command, but they cry because it's like in their mind, it's like, this is embarrassing for me. They may be aware that they are causing pain, and they may look at their lives and like, man, I'm really screwing this up. But it sucks because it's not like I'm looking at you and I'm saying, man, I don't want to hurt you anymore. It's like, I can't believe I did this bad thing. I can't believe I did this bad thing. It is so embarrassing. How could I do such a thing? But you never go to that point where, okay, I may not like it. And again, change and switching up your behavior and your way of thinking is not pleasant. It's not a pleasant experience, and it's not really supposed to be. It's supposed to be you putting in hard work to change your behavior, and it's not natural. It's sad from my perspective because I'm like, I remember I had bad thoughts like that, bad thinking, and I had to work them out. I'm not always perfect. Sorry. Give me a second. Sorry, 1 second. Gosh. Sorry. But yeah. You have to work that out. You got to do your part. And sometimes that might mean, it might just mean you just have to go at it solo. real. You might just have to go at it solo. And people get mad, they get mad. Oh well. If you get mad at it, oh well. This is your life. And you got to be responsible with it. You just can't be feeling all the time. You just can't be going on autopilot and just saying, this is how I feel. And it sucks because I do feel like his desires for love, he keeps saying is love. And that's something I'm always very quick to tell people when if they're like problematic and stuff like that, and they think very grandiose and fluffy and think very just in the air, just I was gonna say obstinatiously, but there's a word for it. I can't remember. But it's almost like infatuation, pretty much. And they say, "Oh, love, man." They make a big deal and romanticize these ideals of love, but it's always like there's always gonna be something different, and their expectations about what this is, what love is for them. Because you got to tell them, you got to ask them, hey, what do you mean by that? Because when people say, oh, I just want love, that could be a lot of things. And people's love languages are different. So yours might be, I want acceptance. I want physical touch. I want that intimacy. I want that appreciation. I want that verbal validation, that words of affirmation. I want that quality time. I want somebody to spend time with me. If they have different, like in the DSM, they have stuff like not DID, borderline personality disorder, where they have a problem with abandonment. Maybe people's, and again, I'm not diagnosing this dude. I'm not a professional or nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, people are like, oh, okay, I don't want him to leave me. So I might do some stuff to make him stay. And I heard from Dr. Kirk Honda that that's an attachment disorder. But I'm like, yo, dog, it's kind of sometimes it's kind of wild for me, kind of wild to me. Just people that got these thoughts. But the wild part isn't that they have these thoughts. It's just they don't have the mindfulness or the humility to practice that. And again, maybe their circumstances may be different. Maybe they have their own weird dynamics. That's like, I'm scared, And it's kind of hard to admit that too. It's that you're scared, but you have to put in the work. That's your responsibility. It's not someone's responsibility to hold your hand while you do it. You have to put in that hard work to say, hey, I'm sorry and I'm sad. I'm sad and I'm scared. I'm scared. I thought you was gonna leave. I'm feeling insecure. I feel bad because you're so beautiful and I'm not. I'm like, you gotta tell yourself them hard truths. So that's all I have to say, because I'm like, these things happen, man. People got thoughts and opinions about themselves that they don't really want to admit. They don't want to admit to themselves. They don't want to admit to their partner. Some people just feel so defensive. They don't want to be vulnerable around a partner. And I feel like that's one of those important moments, because you're with this person and you both should have this mutual trust with each other. That's like, yo, I'm exposing my bleeding heart to you, and you're not gonna take advantage of that. You're not gonna stab it or nothing, and they're doing the same thing, and they both got that trust. And man, betrayal is I could just imagine it's a tough thing, man, because it's like, you put yourself out there. And again, I know for myself, just not even in romantic relationships, but in mutual ones, I put myself out there, and I got hurt. Felt betrayal. And I can only imagine for somebody whom you're supposed to be trusting and drawing close to the most, you bear your heart out there and they take advantage of it. It makes you really not want to do that anymore. You don't want to put yourself out there no more. I get that. But you gotta, because you do have to have trust. You do have to have faith. Put your faith in your partner. Say, don't know if I got anything else to say about it. I might, just a few words, but I guess if y'all finish up, keep it moving. But yeah, it's just relationships just seem to be a hard deal. It's just a hard deal to work with, and people they just who want to deal with all that, you know. But it's a thing of faith, you know, a thing of trust. You know, you really have to be like believe that like, yo, this woman, this man, whom I'm with, I'm putting myself vulnerably out there, you know, and I'm trusting her and not gonna do anything with it. And you know, they're just it sucks, but sometimes there might be a chance. But I'm sorry, I'm rambling. All right, that's it for me.